Good morning. In Holland it's morning. And welcome back to my podcast again. It's the second one after 2 years, I think, since I've started again. And I'm so happy that you're here to see my content. I have a lot of finished objects and I am currently working on some other projects and I hope to inspire you. My name is Astrid. I'm the former owner of Kleur en Draad, hand-dyed yarn, and not doing that anymore. I explained to you in the last podcast. And but I'm still knitting. I'm knitting my heart out, and I found that many people wanted to see what I'm making, and I hope to inspire you with that. So I have my notebook here. I have a winner for the giveaway that I announced last time. And I have a new giveaway. I have them ready for you. So let's start. What have I been doing? Well, I've been visiting a very nice yarn shop in Dordrecht, here in Holland. I wanted to go there for so long and I finally did. I dragged my sisters and they almost got inspired to get to knit again, but they didn't. But I bought some stuff there. I will show you at the end of the video. At the very end of the video I will show you some content from my life here in the woods, my horse, my house, my doggies, they're still here. That was so nice when I read your comments on the last podcast that so many people laughed to see Lena and Moos again. And when Lena is sleeping next to me, so you might hear her snore again. She does that all the time. My horse, yeah, I had a little accident 2 weeks ago. I went outside for a trail ride and then he was spooked and started bucking and well, I could sit that out, but then he started bucking again and I thought, well, I think I'm getting off now, that's safer. So I jumped off, but my jacket hung on my western saddle. So I hang next to my horse and I was just hoping that he wouldn't buck again, but he didn't. But then my ribs got bruised, so I couldn't go to the gym for 2 weeks and yeah, but I'm riding again, everything's fine. And the doggies, I walk them every day here in the woods. I'm still a bit conscious because there's wolves here and Moos tends to run off all the time. And I'm so scared that one day there will be a wolf staring at him. So, well, it didn't happen. But sometimes I can hear them early mornings. I can hear them cry, the wolves here in the woods. So, well, it's a thing here in Holland. And I think in the whole of Europe. And I won't start the discussion here about wolves. But yeah, that's a thing. When you live in the woods, you have to always be aware that there might be one close to you. Cooking. We are eating low carb, and so every day I start cooking on my wood stove here, and we eat so many nice things because the stove is on now all day. It's always warm, so I always feel like cooking all day long, baking and things. Well, it's so nice. I have a content of that at the end of the video as well. So finished objects. I have, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 finished objects. And I honestly did it all in the past 3 weeks. Well, one was almost finished. And I made a sweater for my daughter. I made one for myself. I started making Christmas presents, and every time I do that I think, why don't I start in the summer? but it feels different. You need to make your Christmas presents when Christmas is around the corner. So I made those. I don't think the ladies, those are 4, are watching this content, and sometimes I send them a link. I won't do that now because then they see what I'm making for them, and that's not the thing now. So yeah, what am I wearing? I'm standing up for you. I'm wearing the pink velvet sweater by Andrea Mowry. I had that finished in the summer already. The pink velvet, the name says it. The yoke is from mohair alpaca, and the sweater itself, I made it from Shetland wool. And I made one from my mother, for my mother as well. She passed away in August. And but in May, when it was her birthday, we celebrated that, and that was good that we did that still. She turned 89 then. 89. I mean, whoa. And then I cut it, the one that I made for her, and I made it into a small cardigan for the summer, and she loved it. I made it bright green and pink, and she had very light gray hair, and it suited her so well. So, and then I made one for my sister, and I made one for me that I'm wearing now, and I was tending to cut this one as well, and then but I didn't. So I'm wearing it now, and I stand up for you once more. It's a little bit cropped, so, but it's just okay. I mean, you can see the the yoke. I love this yoke, and yeah, I'm wearing it when it's not that cold, because it's not a very warm sweater. It's very open here as well. But yeah, so I thought I wear this for you. It's not counted as a finished object. So the first finished object is this one. I showed it to you last time. It's the Cambito sweater by Katrin Schneider. And it's a very big mohair sweater. And you can see it all. I don't have a picture me wearing it, but it's so soft and so warm and not itchy at all. And I made it out of double mohair, and they're all just kleur en draad colors. And the nice thing is that the sleeves, they match up, and I have to hang it right, with the sweater, color-wise. So it took me a long time, because it's, I think, needle size 3, and then with double mohair, it's a thing. But then, when I was finished, I had to make a neckband, and as you can see, the stripes are quite straight. But the pattern said you have to pick up 3 out of 4 stitches and then knit the neckband. So I did that, and then I put it on, and I showed Mark. I said, "Can you see something odd?" And he said, "Yeah, the stripes here are going up." So, well, that was a bummer, because you never want to rip out mohair. So I cut it off and started again with 4 out of 4, because obviously it was too small, and so I made it bigger. And then I was scared that the neckline would be too big, so I always had to wear a t-shirt underneath, but that's not the case. And so I took 4 out of 4 stitches, so every stitch I picked up. And to bind off, and I do that all the time now, because when I just started knitting and I bound off a sweater, it was too narrow, and I was always thinking, how? But then I found out about Jenny's stretchy bind off. And so you make an extra wrap around your needle, and knit the next stitch, and take the wrap and the stitch over the other one, and it gives you a more stretchy vibe. here. So yeah, I love this sweater. It's amazing to wear, and I'm very happy with it. So I will link in the bio which pattern this is. So if you have stashes of mohair, spares, then you can easily make this sweater. So when you have a cake of mohair, I don't have one here, no. Just take the inside and the outside, so you don't end up with two cakes. That's always messy in your basket, if you have a basket. Just take the inside and the outside, and you have two threads, and then you start knitting again. So I had a basket full of all the colors, and just started knitting. So I want it a bit light, so I have, but if you can see, a lot of light colors, and just a pop of red and a pop of blue, and then yeah, Cambito sweater. I didn't wash it yet. I always tend to not wash mohair. Well, if I wear it a lot of times I have to wash it, but I'm always a bit scared of mohair. So it will be a quick soak and then lay it flat to dry, I think. So then I knit up a sweater for my daughter. That was the winter's pullover, and I was so in the mood, and she loved it so much, and I will put up a picture with her wearing it. She didn't photograph her head, so you see her body. And I made one for myself as well, and I just put the color in right. Yes, this is it. Just plain gray, and here is the neck. So it's a fold over neck, and it's so warm. I've been wearing it so many days already, and well, the construction is different. You have to start with the back, and then you have to pick up stitches for the front, and I didn't do that very often. So you have to pick in the bar between the V here, so the stitches will just follow up for the front. So then you put the front one in with short rows, and when you're somewhere here where the arm ends, then you pick all the stitches up, and then you continue in the round, and that goes so quick. This is a very quick knit. It took me a week to knit this one, and it's very soft, and it's really nice to wear, and I tend to put it into the trousers on the front part. And I knit this one with wild wool from Erica Knight. Here it is. And I use 7 skeins for size 3. And for Katja's one I used 6 for size 2. With a little bit left. And I promised her to make her a hat as well. So it's color 700 from Erica Knight. It's an English dyer. I'm not sure if she dyes this wool or she just produces it. It's 85% wool and 15% viscose, 100 gram, and there is 170 meters on it. So it's a sport weight. Is it a sport weight? It's a sport weight. Yeah. So that's that. And I put in a picture of Katja once as well. She has a light brown, so I made this one for myself. Very quick. It was over in a week, I guess. But then I was watching a Netflix a series, and it's an old one. It's Breaking Bad, and I loved it so much. So every time I got home from walking the dogs or doing groceries or riding my horse, I just switched on the series and the Breaking Bad, and then started knitting again. So nice. So I always call these kind of sweaters where you don't have to pay attention for a pattern, Netflix sweaters. Then I made, so this is the second one, and then I made a little sweater for a niece in Paris, and she has a little baby girl and she turned 1, and I made her a sweater last year, and now she turned 1, and I made the olive and bean sweater for her. And the hearts on top I did with chunky mohair, and the pattern said that you had to make another tour here around, but I thought it was too much, so I did only here little hearts on top and the bigger hearts underneath, and that was it. I didn't do the part underneath. And what I used for this, I went to a wool market, I think it was in the summer somewhere, and there was just a dyer, Bresney's wool, decay, spectacular. I don't know if it focuses, yes. So I used 2 skeins, and I have a little bit left, and I will use it, I don't know where I use it for, but this sweater is finished, it's blocked, and I will send it to Paris this week, because now I showed it to you. Well, no, I'm making something else, I will show that later, that's not finished yet, and then I send it off. I'm taking a sip of water. Oh, I'm thirsty. I'm drinking so much water lately, and it's, yeah, I think it's healthy, it's good. In the summer I drink a lot of water, but in the winter time I don't feel like drinking water. But now when we're eating low carb, I just start with it. Put them a little bit lower. Okay, then I have finished, well, okay, I counted them finished because knitting wise, but I have to make embroidery on it. I made warm water bottle covers for my friends here, and the deer here I did it with a duplicate stitch, yes, and so I make them for the ladies here that live here with me in the woods, and they are always cold, they tend to have it cold, and I just wanted to give them a nice Christmas present again. Well, they're not always cold, but I think they would appreciate this very much. And last year I made them little frogs, and I had a picture on Instagram, and I just put a little bottle of Jägermeister in between his legs. They were like real life frogs, and if I think about it, I put a little picture on it, on the feet as well, just put it in here, so I have to write that down later. And this year I'm making them all a cover for a warm water bottle. And so I want to make winter patterns on it, not especially for Christmas, because they would probably use it till February. And it's nice when you sit on the sofa watching a movie, put it on your tummy or in your back or near your feet. And so they're all with stash made. And look at this one, isn't it cozy? Isn't it nice? So this took me an hour. If you just sit on the table, have a nice pattern. And the pattern for the deer, I took out of this book. Maybe you've seen this book before. It's for mittens. It's a very nice book. I got it for Christmas from the kids a few years ago. And there's so many nice patterns in it for mittens and yeah. So here just normal patterns, and it's a lovely book just to have it near your knitting area, and when you just want to have a break you just look into the book. I have a lot of knitting books, and Mark told me to take them all up to my knitting room upstairs because the whole room here was knitting, and so I did that. And but now I took it down again because I needed the patterns. So this book, if you want yourself a very nice present, the Selby Votter is this book, and that's where I took the deer off. And so I made a white one and a grey one and a brown one. And what I did was I did a bind off with a cast on with 2 needles, and just made some increases on the side to match the bottle, and then you go straight up, and when you're on the top of the bottle you make decreases here, and then you don't have to do anything, just make a hem to 2 by 2. I did this one, and I was thinking, and I read that some people are wondering, so how do you get the bottle in? Do you have to put the bottle in and then make the hem? Well, no, you can stretch it so much, and you roll the bottle and put it nice in, and then I did the duplicate stitch, because then you have a hard cover, so you cannot stitch in the back as well. And then yeah, so I made myself a little pattern, and it's here I can get it for you. No, I think, well, it depends on the bottle that you have inside. And this one is a quite big, a 2-liter bottle. And remember that when you have a warm water bottle, never put in boiling water, only hot water. And so it stretches and it matches exactly. So yeah, I think they will love it. So this week I have to put on the patterns. I have to think about maybe a little rabbit, maybe a deer, and I don't know. I have to see what inspires me as well. I don't want to do the same one. I'd never like to do the same one, and because that doesn't inspire me. I need to do it with sweaters as well. Well, I made this sweater for myself as well, the winter's pullover, but no, I hate ripping off and start over again, and I don't like making things exactly the same. So the warm water bottles, and Mark requested 1 too, so I have to make a few more. That's then I make, look at this. Isn't this cute? This is a very tiny Christmas sock, and I knit it on my Erlbacher, my knitting machine. And I was always thinking, how can I make such tiny socks, because you have cylinders and it's a sock round. And I have 4 different cylinders, so for different sizes of yarn. But on YouTube I found, in the Erlbacher knitting group, I found a way to make the small patterns. So I won't bother you with how I did that, but I want to make more. And I want to make it in a nice Christmas crown. And yesterday I watched Bella from 100 Acre Wool, and she had a very nice idea how to keep leaves nice instead of them being crispy and break. So she had beeswax, she boiled it so it was very fluid and warm. And then she found some leaves and she dipped them in, let them dry on toilet paper or whatever. It dries very quickly. And then the leaves keep their color and keep their shape and will not turn crispy. So I want to find leaves here in the woods. Obviously there's lots of leaves here in the woods. And then together with a few of these socks I make a nice Christmas red crown. How do you call that? I don't know. Yeah, so this is one of the socks I made. And I made a few bigger ones as well. I made 2 pairs of, I bought a few of these Christmas yarn, sock yarn, and this one is more red, so different ones. And then I looked in my stash for white mohair, silk mohair, and I cranked these socks. And then you see that the color, this one is, this yarn, the color is very light because mohair always takes over the color. So if you have a very bright yarn and you pair it with mohair, then the mohair will have the glaze of the color. And so if you want that, and the socks are very nice to wear as well. And you can also knit up socks with fingering wool where there's no nylon involved, because the mohair will make it sturdy and strong. So this is a sock, and I made 2, of course. These 2. And I made with the other wool, these are more green. See, they're not matchy, but well, I never care about my socks being matchy. The heels. And then I made 4 more other socks, pink ones. I should have put them on a sock blocker so you can see it more. Pink ones and lighter pink ones as well. So I'm very much into socks again, and they're always very nice Christmas gifts. Everybody loves socks. I have a list of people that are knit-worthy that get socks from me so now and then, and with their shoe sizes. And then yeah, I make socks. That is that. And I think those were my finished objects. Let me see. Winter spillover, olive and beans, Cambito. Yes, but I'm working on other projects as well, of course. And first is this I'll show you first. This was an acquisition that I bought in Dordrecht. And maybe you know Cynthia Valette. She wrote this book. And she makes the most beautiful little animals. It's called Mouche and Friends. And I started Mouche the bear 5 years ago, and I have his head finished, and I never finished the bear. And I saw this book in the yarn shop that I went in Rebel and a Twist in Dordrecht, and I wanted it. And so sad, in October, Cynthia Valette, she's French, I think, she was in Holland for a workshop, and I immediately wanted to subscribe to that workshop, and it was sold out in, I think, an hour, so I was too late. But then I was in the shop and I saw this book and I wanted to have it, and she was sold out already, so I ordered the book. And I will show you a few. Oh, it's so nice. These are 3 animals, a sheep, a bear and a donkey. And oh, look at those. Well, and it seems very complicated knitting up an animal like this, but Cynthia really, she takes you by the hand while making such an animal. I must say, I thought when I started sheep. I started and I thought, oh my god, because you begin at the very top of the nose with 3 or 4 stitches, and then you have the needles and it's everywhere, and oh, so the only time I'm knitting that sheep is sitting on my desk upstairs and have small needle sizes 2 or 1.5 next to me, and needles with a thread, and I have everything around me, and I just mark where I'm at, which round I'm in. And if you can make knitting in front and back, a purl and a knit stitch, then you can make these animals, but you have to be patient. Now, what I did for that little niece in Paris, I started this little, oh, I have to put it like this, sheep. And don't you think it's cute? I love this one, and I can't help it. I'm calling her Olive all the time. Don't you think it's an olive? Well, the hat is finished, I stiffed it, I've put on safety eyes so they can never fall off. You have to embroider the snout and the mouth. I make the arms with little hoofs in another color, the Shetland wool, and this is just sock yarn. And the clothing, I'm almost finished with the dress. She's going to wear this dress. It's like here with straps on the back, and you can see it's not finished. I have to block it, I have to crochet the lines, because I use 2 colors. I can't see if you can see the very light pink for the stripes, and yeah, and it will look like this when she's finished. Wait, I love her. And I have to look her up in the book. Here, look at this. Don't you think it's fantastic? Can you see it? Is it picking up? Yeah, there she is. So this book, yeah, I want to make more, but it's a commitment. If you start, you have to just follow up, and you just want them finished. But here, look, the head. See the little pearl stitches at her head? Is it picking up? Yeah, sure. Yeah. So it looks like a woolly head and the little ears, and oh, I love it so much. I could put it in my own living room, but no, it's for her. It's for Esther. So I want to finish this one this week, and then I think the next podcast it's already sent for Christmas, but I'm sure I make pictures, and I would want to put some on Instagram as well. Then, okay, that's the first work in progress. I have 2 more. I have an old one. And then I'm working, when I started, I think I started it 3 years ago, and it's also a very well-known project. It's the Yell cardigan. For a look at a big picture. Here you can see it, the Yell cardigan, and you have seen it probably all the time because a lot of people are knitting it. And I started knitting it and with my own colors. But I think Marie Wallin is an artist in picking colors, because I didn't like it so much. So I ripped it off. No, I didn't rip it off. I just cut the yarn and just left it there. So now I have a full bucket of Shetland wool. This is made with a spindrift from Jameson's. So I bought the same colors as she used, and it's so much color work. You can't believe it. So I came quite a while. I have the body finished. I've sticked it. I have one sleeve finished, and now I'm working on the last sleeve. And is it finished then? No, because then I have to make a whole neckband. So it's a lot of work, and I was making screenshot from the pattern, the color work, and Marie Wallin always has only 2 colors in a row, so you're never struggling with your yarn. It's only 2 colors. Now, and I knit color work, one thread here, but you can also pick them with your ring finger and your middle finger. Well, everybody has his own way. And I was thinking, I have to find a better way to make color work, because obviously I'm doing it on the sofa when I'm watching a movie as well, and I just want to keep on knitting, but I don't want to look at the pattern all the time. So what I usually do now, and probably more people do that, see, there's a lot of stitch markers, and that's the whole pattern, and it's a repeat all the time. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitch markers. It means that the pattern repeats itself 6 times. And I made a kind of a pattern for myself. I don't know. Now, what you see here is a whole page. Can you see it? I have to come close and put it so you can see it. With numbers. You see all the numbers, and the first number has a little circle. Now, what I did was, this motif I'm working with dark and with light gray. When the pattern starts with dark gray, the main color, I put on a circle, and it says 9. It means that I have to stitch knit 9 stitches in dark gray. Then it says 1. That means 1 stitch with light gray. 3, 1, 8. 3 dark, 1 light, 8 dark. And that's the repeat I do 6 times. So I put in my head 9, 1, 3, 1, 8. 9, 1, 3, 1, 8. 9, 1, 3, 1, 8. And then you just knit in the round. Well, that goes alright when you make the sweater without any increases or decreases. But in an arm you have to decrease. So the first and the last repeat, the first of the 6th and the 6th of the 6th, those stitches, those repeats are getting smaller. I hope you can still follow me. So that's where you have to pay attention, especially in the first one, because I repeat the pattern, but then when I have a decrease, it says M. You have to look where you're at in the pattern and start from there. The middle sections you can just do according this row of numbers, but the first one you have to pay attention, and in the last one you get less and less, and you just knit till you're at your marker again. Now, why is that handy like this? Because you can repeat the numbers in your head, you can memorize them. And when it says 3 little, I don't know if you can see it, but like here, you see 1, 1, 1. It doesn't mean you have to make 3 stitches in one color, but 1, 1, 1, gray, light gray, gray. When it's a 3, it means 3 of the color that you're at, 3 stitches. So I hope you can follow this, and I'm very curious to know how you do your color work. So please make a comment after this episode, because I'm always looking for things that can make life easier for me. And I hope you you understand what I mean with this. It helps me a lot and it goes very quick instead of looking at the pattern all the time. And so please let me know how you do your color work, and maybe we can help each other with that. So that's that. That's the yellow cardigan. So, and I hope that I'm finished next time, but I doubt it because I have so many projects that I want to knit, and I just keep it going. Every now and then I just make a piece like that, and eventually it will be finished, right? Okay, and then another sweater that I'm working on is the porcelain sweater. Maybe you've seen it. From Line Holme Show. Not sure. Should be Danish. Line Holme Samsoe. Samse. I don't know. And this I will put a picture in as well. And I used the exact same colors as she did. And this sweater has 3 stripes of color work. And it uses double strands of yarn, and what I'm using is, I have them right here, tin peergynt from Sanders Garn, together with tin silk mohair. I think it's the amber colorway, so it's a little bit more champagne color. And for the blue, I use, I don't know where the color is. I think they call it Happy Blue, with this mohair as well, also Sanders Garn. I ordered that, you can order that here in Holland. I think I ordered it from the Breiboerderij, from Rieneke. So that's it. And when I saw the pattern, I thought, oh yes, I didn't read it properly. Circles, color work, 2 colors, I can easily do that. But then when I started, for a beginning you have 2 sorts of sleeves. You have set-in sleeves and pick-up sleeves. Do I say that right? Yeah. So I went for the short rows to just attach them. So you have a back part, and when you have to knit up flat, you have to beware of the color work, because on the purl side you have to do your color work on the purl side. And I was too lazy to put in markers, so every time I was at the beginning of a row on the purl side, I had to see where I was at. So this was very quickly, and now I'm at a point that I pick up stitches for the left shoulder, and then I have to do the right shoulder, attach them and do the color work for the front. 1 repeat as well, and then I can put them all together and do the color work for the second 2 stripes. There's 1 in the middle and 1 underneath. I can do them in the round, and these sleeves as well, of course. So it's not a yoked sweater. It's set in sleeves. So I have to pick up stitches here. So, well, it's the same as this sweater. Your sleeves are then like this. And I quite like that. I don't mind so much if it's a yoked sweater or a set-in sleeve. So, the porcelain sweater. Yeah, I like the colors, and now I hope to finish this quite soon. I think those were the whips that I'm working on. Yeah, so I show you a few acquisitions that I've made, and then I will announce the winner of the giveaway and announce a new giveaway. And at the end of the video there will be some content of the horse, the dogs, my day trip to Rebel and a Twist. I was allowed to film there as well. And yeah, there was so many shops there with bakeries and potteries, and so I bought a few nice things there as well. But Rebel and a Twist, I went there, and I'm not sure if there's another shop in Holland that sells spin cycle from Wool Dreamers, but she did. And I finally got my hands on spin cycle. Now I'm opting for the shifty cardigan, but according to the pattern I needed 12 skeins, spending money on yarn, but $400 for a sweater was a bit too much for me. So I only I bought six spin cycle lovelies. Wait. Look at them. I love them. Now spin cycle, if you haven't seen that, spin cycle is they dye yarn and they spin it up in 2 colors. It's lovely, and it has a kind of a fade in every color. Look at this one.
Ik kan kleine verveelten in Afrika niet in je Apple Music bibliotheek vinden. Je kunt me vragen om een radiostation af te spelen of naar je muziek vragen op een andere.
Oh, that's Siri on my phone. Sorry. So I'm not sure if these colors have names. Yeah, this is Close Call. And here I have Rusted Rainbow. Look at that. From sheep to skin. Here, Salty Dog. And here we have Stay Out of the Forest. Quite small, these skeins. Summer Love. How many is there on it? 200 yards. It doesn't say how many grams. I think 50. I think 50 grams. They're quite expensive for 50 grams, must say. And Burning Sensation. I'm gonna make the shifty with it, and I have this in my stash. This is Semilla Pura BC Garn organic wool, and I think all the spin cycle colors will stand out lovely with this white that I had in my stash, because have I told you I'm gonna make this shifty? I told you already. Yeah, so we will see if I've started this in the next podcast. I think so, because I can't wait to wind up this spin cycle and make the shifty for myself. What else did I buy? Oh, this cushion. Look at this. I couldn't resist. Joy. I think you can read it the other way around. Joy. It's my first Christmas item in the house now. I think I'm starting to unpack my Christmas boxes Saturday. So, yeah, I have the whole family coming to the woods the 16th of December. And then we celebrate Christmas with children, with my sisters, with their children, with their grandchildren, and they will all be here, 30 people. And yeah, then we have, we don't call it Christmas, we call it a winter party. And outside will be Christmas trees, and we will have heaters and a little tent with straw where you can sit on. And of course I will film there so you can see. And so I want to start to make my house winter Christmas very soon. This is what I bought in a little pottery there. She makes them by hand. Look at this beautiful acorn. I bought 6 of them, and I'm not sure where to hang them. And I bought this in the same shop. This nice cup, this mug, and I love it so much. That's it. That was everything I had to show you. Okay, I have a winner for the, where are they? Oh, here. For the 3 patterns. And I asked you to subscribe and share, and this lady did. I picked her out 3 patterns that I have from my kleur en draad time, and the Tecumseh sweater DK pattern from Caitlin Hunter, the Ninil Chic Swan Show Caitlin Hunter, and the Find Your Fate from Andrea Mowry. And all those 3 are going, and I put it there as well, to Lorraine F6266, and I will put it down. And Lorraine, if you please want to private message me on Instagram, and my Instagram feed will come as well underneath in the subscriptions below. If you send me a message with your address, and I will send them to you ASAP. I'm not sure where you live. I think you're in the US. I don't know. I will send them to you, and hopefully you'll have it before Christmas. And as I promised, there's a new giveaway. And this is a very chunky giveaway. I have so much yarn left from Kleur en Draad that I want to do a giveaway every time. Please let me know what you will do with 4 skeins. I will show you 2. 1, 2 of chunky mohair. What can you knit with that? There is 70 meters in 1 skein, so there's 140, there's 280 meters. So this is such nice yarn to make up a hat and maybe a little bandana or a coal. And if you let me know in the subscriptions below, in the comments below, sorry, what you want to make with this and why this needs to go to you, then I will pick a winner for the next episode, and I will send this to you then. This is very nice because it's so thick. You can see all the speckles in it, and together with this like diesel color, don't they look nice? So it's gold chunky. It's 80% merino and 20% nylon. You can easily make up big socks as well, I think. And so those 2 are coming to you. Leave a comment. Like this video, please, if you will. And share with your friends, because I really want to grow this channel. Because I realized that knitting now is going so much faster because you want to show things, right? So I really have a goal now in my knitting again, and I can feel it in my heart. I can feel it in my fingers as well because I knit so much. So please leave a comment, and if you want to win this, please let me know what you want to make of it. and not sure if I can get it out for you before Christmas, because it will be in the next episode. But then in the winter, I mean, those are very nice winter colors, you will have it. So, and let me know what you do with your color work, because what is your system? I mean, just write it down below and maybe we can learn all from it. That's it for today. I've showed you everything, and I hope to see you next time. I hope you liked this content, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.